what's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. And we're back with another Dungeon Hunter Champions video, DHC. And today we'll be talking about different gears, and basically we're going to go over a full ultimate beginner gear guide for you guys and kind of break things down in specifics and what you guys should be looking for in your gears. I touched on it a little bit in the last video. If you guys haven't already seen that, you guys can check that out. But if not, this is going to go over everything with you. So stay put, because we're going to go over a lot of information and I'm going to explain everything. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the grade. Okay, what does grade mean? All right, well, there's different star grades to every single piece of equipment. Okay, there's 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, and 5 star, and 6 star. It goes all the way up to 6 star, from 1 to 6 stars. Okay, 6 star is obviously going to be the best, and it's going to give you the best stats. We'll get into that a little bit more here in a second. So as far as 3 stars go, let's just say 1 stars. 1 stars, you're not going to really get too much 1-star gear other than like when you first start out and you're going through like board 1, okay? 1-star gear is awful. Sell all of it. 2-star gear, let's be honest, is pretty much just as bad. All right, I have 1 2-star gear so that way you guys can see what I'm talking about. So a 2-star gear compared to like 5, 6, whatever else it might be, the substats themselves is extremely low, and the main stat, which is this one up here, which is attack plus 5, is also much lower than what it would be on a let's say a 3-star. So we have attack plus 7 compared to attack plus 5. That's what it's starting out as. So it kind of multiplies on itself as it goes up between the star grade. Okay, now every piece of equipment has a main grade and then also has substats on it. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. So now that we have the grades down between the stars, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Between 1 and 6, you'll have a higher base stat roll, which means you have a higher opportunity for bigger substats and bigger main stats the higher the star grade is. Make sense? Okay, got it so far? Awesome. Now there's also the rarity, which is the color of it, which also plays into effect of it, okay? So just to give you guys an idea, I think I have some white gear somewhere. Okay, cool. So I have a white gear. There's 5 different colors, okay? There's white, green, blue, purple, and orange. And it all goes in that order as far as what's worst to what's best, okay? White, green, blue, purple, and orange, okay? Now, white gear, what's white gear? White gear is always going to have at least the main stat, but it has no substats on it at all. What does that mean? Well, what it means is when you go to power up a white piece of equipment, when it adds on a substat every 3 upgrades, it's going to add on a substat at level 1. So I'll show you guys here real quick. I'm just going to upgrade this, and it's going to go up to plus 3. Okay? So it's going to add in plus 4%. Now, if I go up another 3 levels to plus 6, it's going to add another substat down here. Okay, you guys with me so far? But if we start with a green piece of equipment, which is actually what it turns into at the at stage 3, or let's say if we start, let me see if I have a green one here that I could show you guys. Looks like not. But I do have this blue gear here that already starts with 2 substats. So green is going to have 1 substat, blue is going to start with 2 substats, purple is going to start with 3 substats, and orange is going to start with 4 substats. The reason why orange is going to be so good is because it starts with so many substats already, which means that every time it goes up 3 levels, it's already going to add on to those substats. Instead of having to create a whole new one, it's going to stack on stats on top of it. Okay, does that make sense? Now, any equipment that's a lower grade or lower rarity as to what the level it is compared to 3. So you guys saw when I leveled up this bracer, it went from white to green. So anything that's level 3 is at least going to be green because it has 1 substat. If you level it up to plus 6, it's going to automatically turn to blue because it has 2 substats at that point. And then so on and so forth. Purple's got 3 substats, and orange has 4 substats, okay? Now this one, instead of adding on a substat since it's orange, it's already just gonna add into one of these, which means that you have more stats because it's already starting with stats instead of having to create new ones, and then you can get a huge crit damage or flat HP substat like this one went. And yeah, so that's how Rarity works. Now, the other thing is the main stat. A lot of people are like, well, what main stat do I have to worry about? Well, this is pretty easy as well, okay? So the helmet is always gonna have flat attack main stat. If you look at every single one of your helmets right now, I bet you $1 million and my car that it's all gonna have flat attack main stat. If not, then I'm gonna have to have a talk with GameLoft to help me, you know, pay off that debt, because they're all attack guys. They're all going to be attack. All right. Now the other flat stat items that are always going to be the same exact main stat. Again, the main stat is this one up here. Are all going to be on your body. So just think of it that way. It's going to be your head, your chest, and your necklace. So chest is always going to be HP main stat. If you look at every single one of your main stat armors, they're all going to be flat HP, okay? Flat HP means that there's no percentage. You get what you see, plus 540 HP. That's what's going to go onto your stats. You're going to get an extra 540 HP, and that's it. There's no percentage, which it is what it is. That's the only stat that you can get on your chest piece, okay? Now, the necklace, same basic idea, but the main stat on this one is going to be defense. Every single one of your necklace pieces is going to be, or pendants, I guess I should say instead of necklace, is going to be flat defense. Again, same thing with flat defense. It's just you get what you see. It says plus 10 defense. You're getting an extra 10 defense in your stats, which goes right here, and that's going to say plus 10. Okay. Now, for the percentage ones, which are a little bit more nice, you have 3 pieces of equipment that can carry percentages, so absolutely make sure that you're taking advantage of them, okay? This is what I mean by that, okay? Every piece that's on your arm is gonna have percentages. So your shoulder pad, your glove, and your bracer is going to have a percentage stat. Now, what percentage stat that is actually varies, and there can also be flat stats on these 3 pieces of equipment. So for example, I have HP percent main stat here, but down here, this is a bracer. Don't let this fool you. Don't think, okay, it has flat attack on it, I gotta use it because it's not gonna change at all. No, do not use this bracer. This is not a good bracer. It has flat attack on it. You wanna make sure you're utilizing the best gear that you have to give yourself the maximum stats. Maximum stats means you're gonna do better in dungeons, raids, adventure, arena, wherever it might be. You're gonna do more. You're gonna do much better. Trust me. So something like this flat attack, we're just gonna sell it because it's garbo. It doesn't mean anything. You just trust me. Do not use a flat stat. Anything on your shoulder, your glove, or your bracer. Don't do it. Okay. But the bracer is interesting. It's different from the glove and the shoulder because of a couple things. Okay, you can only have resistance and accuracy. See, resistance and if I have accuracy right here on your bracer. You can't have resistance and accuracy on any other piece of equipment. Not even your other percentage pieces of equipment. So if you're looking for a little extra accuracy or resistance, you could take advantage of it on that piece of equipment, which is your bracer. All right. Now, if you are, you can also still have HP percent, attack percent, and defense percent on the percentages as well on all of these pieces. Okay, those are the ones that all come in, you know, on the shoulder pad, the glove, and the bracer. But you just can't have resistance and accuracy on anything but the bracer. Now, the shoulder pad has its own set of unique stats, which come in the form of attack speed as well as movement speed, which is right here. You can't get attack speed or movement speed on any other piece of equipment besides the shoulder. So if you guys are looking for more attack speed, make sure you utilize it on that piece of gear. And then the glove also has its own 2 unique stats, which is crit damage, you can see here, and it also has crit rate, which you can see right there, okay? You can't get crit damage or crit rate main stats Just like the other ones we've been talking about have all been main stats. You can't get those main stats on any other piece of equipment other than that piece that we talked about. So glove is specific to crit damage and crit rate. So if you're looking for more crit damage or more crit rate, make sure you guys are putting that on your glove. Otherwise, you're probably just going to be building HP, whatever it might be. Like, say, for example, my Zabron, I really want him to have high HP. I don't really care about any attack speed. I don't care about crit damage, crit rate, resistance, anything else. I'm just going to build full HP, and then I'm going to get my other stats as far as crit rate, crit damage, accuracy, resistance. I'm going to get all those from the substats instead, which are these ones, again, like we talked about right here. All right? Now, the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was where to get each piece of equipment. This is pretty straightforward, and you guys probably already know it. You go to the boss raids, and you go to Elder Drake. Elder Drake has its own set of unique gears that it drops, which is Vitality, Keen, Dazzling, Brutal, and Rapid. They all do their own separate things as long as you pair them all together. Vital needs 2 sets. Keen needs 2 sets. Or 2 pieces, I guess, rather. Dazzling needs 4 pieces, Brutal 4, Rapid 4, and then you can kind of pair them with other 2 sets. So pair the 4s with 2s, vice versa, 2s with 4s, or do 3 sets of 2s. Whatever floats your boat, whatever stat you're looking for. I'm going to show you guys more guides on exactly what you'll be looking for on each specific unit, because it's going to vary on every single type of champion that you're trying to make. Okay, Steel Widow has its own set of gear as well, and it comes with Adept, Sturdy, Mortal, Vampiric, Warding, and Precise, and you guys can see exactly what those pieces of equipment do right here as well. Okay, but that is it for the ultimate beginner's gear guide. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you did, go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as the like button. Smash it, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, stay stupid, guys. Don't be potatoes. Peace.